Hey, greetings. This is Ama Bookman with Ile Eko Omuluabi. We are a Pan-Africanist channel that focuses on African philosophy, history, culture, and ethics in the Yoruba tradition. Today, I have a special guest joining us today. It is Babalawo, Ajisefa. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name, Ajisefa. Ajisefa, my apologies. And I have the pleasure of doing an Ifa Divination. So we're going to do my Ifa Divination on recording for you to share so that you can have an idea of what that is if you're unfamiliar with it, as this is an important historical component of the Yoruba culture. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
So before we get into the nitty-gritty of what we're doing, tell me, what is Ifa?
Ifa is a spiritual system which contains knowledge of Olodumare. And this is for the purpose of using it for humankind, for every good part of life. So what we do is we can cast Ifa divination to know about people's present, their past, or their future through the Ifa divination. So Ifa contains 256 verses. So each verse contains information for each particular Odu Ifa. So I still call the Odu Ifa as verse, okay? So when I cast Ifa for you now, a single verse out of 256 will be reviewed for you. Then I'm going to ask what it foresees, whether it is for good or for bad. And if it is for good, I will ask the type of goodness it foresees. And if it is otherwise, I will ask the type of thing it foresees. And the next thing is asking the necessary things we need to do. And when we ask for the necessary things we need to do, the next thing is to tell you the message of the Ifa.
Okay, thank you. And what is it? So the Ifa divination, are there specific kinds of divinations that one can do? So you said you're going to ask. What are we asking today? Or do I get to ask you to ask something?
Yes, you telling me to make Ifa divination for you. You already tell me to ask Ifa what Ifa has to say for you or about you. Okay, so there are several types of divination. We have e.t.c divination. That is by casting an inscription. So that uses binary code, 1 and 2. But the type of divination I am doing today is divination. I'll be using divination chain. I have this, which is Aje. Okay. This signifies goodness.
Okay.
When Ifa tell me he's choosing this, Ifa is telling me he chose goodness, then this is a bone. You can imagine a lot of things that happen to the animal.
Which animal is it?
It is for e-goats.
From a goat, okay?
Yeah, from a goat, yes. So you know a lot of things that happened to this animal before we extracted the bone. It was definitely killed.
I think so.
Exactly. So this signifies badness. This signifies something not good. Yeah, but this is the divination chain.
Okay.
Yeah, it has 2 sides. This is the right side. This is the left side.
Okay.
And each side has 4 faces. We have face 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have another face 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes it 8 faces.
Okay.
Okay. And they have front and back. This is the front. I want you to see it, but this is the back.
Okay.
This is the front. This is the back.
Okay.
You can notice, you can see that this is the back. This is the front.
Uh-huh.
So the possibility of Odu that can be formed from these 8 faces is 256.
All right.
256 possibilities.
Okay.
So once I cast it for you now, one out of the 256 verses will be revealed for you. Then I'm going to ask that does it come in positivity or in negativity? Then I'm going to ask whether whatever we need to do to bring the positivity or whatever we need to do to remove the negativity. So if I doesn't highlight problem without providing solution, if I doesn't see goodness without providing methods to achieve them.
Okay.
So this is a metallic chain. Okay. There are so many other types of divination chain, but they work the same way. They perform the same method.
I see.
There are still other forms of divination. We have Ifa divination. The Ifa is also like divination chain like this, but the faces and the chain are bigger. Okay.
Is there a reason why you would use one versus the other? Like, why did you choose this one today and not a different one?
This is convenient, easy to do, and they all deliver the same message, but one is complicated. Like the e.t.c divination. If I want to do e.t.c divination, I need nothing less than 1 hour.
Okay, because so this one can be done quickly.
Yes.
I see.
And they give the same results.
I see. So I have heard that, like somebody wanted to know what their head Odu is. I don't know what that means, by the way. Is that a divination you would do for that? Or let's say you wanted to know, like, does it tell you future or does it give you advice? Like, I think you kind of touched on it. It's whatever Ifa wants to tell you, but what if I wanted to know about a specific thing? Is that something we can do or does it not work out?
It is something we can do, but it's not something we can do now. If you want to do that, you need to have your hand of Ifa first. Okay. When you have your hand of Ifa, you can cast your e.t.c Ifa to know your head Orisha. That is when the e.t.c divination system comes in. If I want to do that for you, I won't be using divination chain. I will have to use the e.t.c divination system. Okay? So maybe on our next lecture, we are going to do e.t.c divination system. And we will show the world how it works.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, let me not delay you any further. I'm going to let you take over and you can begin your process.
Okay. So I will pack the whole of this chain with the sign. Then I will take it close to my mouth. Then I will speak to it.
Okay.
I will mention your name, your mother's name. Then when I do that, I will tell Ifa to show me, to tell me all the necessary things that need to be known about you, about yourself, about your doing. You understand? So, and that is what I will do now.
Okay.
But the part of your name will be excluded. It will be added, but it won't be publicized. Okay, I am doing that now, taking close to my mouth. You can see me. I'm doing this. Ìbà Ọlọ́run, ìbà ènìyàn, ìbà ọkùnrin, ìbà obìnrin, ìbà ọmọdé, ìbà àgbàlagbà, ìbà tọ́yọ̀ ọjọ́, ìbà tí wọ́n Ifá olókun aṣọ ọ̀dàyọ̀ ẹlẹ́dìpàdé dògùn kò fá bá àwọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tí Caroline Hippolyte ọmọ ti Mary Hippolyte bẹ́ẹ̀ ni òfin olókun aṣọ ọ̀dàyọ̀ bá àwọ̀ àárọ̀ rẹ̀ bá àwọ̀ sàn bá àwọ̀ dúró bá àwọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ olóyè fún yẹn wá òun àwo ìwà àwo àwa nìkan lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni òfin olóyè kò wá ṣe wá láwo lónìí olóyè fún yẹn wá lọ́rọ̀ tẹ Caroline Hippolyte ọmọ ti Mary Hippolyte pẹ̀lú orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni òfin olókun aṣọ ọ̀dà bá àwọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ bá àwọ̀ àárọ̀ bá àwọ̀ sàn bá àwọ̀ alẹ́ bá àwọ̀ dúró bá àwọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ òfin olókun aṣọ ọ̀dà olóyè fún yẹn wá Ifá fún yẹn wá wàá lò kéré tanto bá rí ni owí. So now at the center I will take it to the front and say iwájú ọpọ́n ogbó That is, I am gathering the energy of the North Pole, okay, to the South Pole, and that is the East, that is to West, to the center. Then I will go to the energy of the floor. Then I will use to touch the floor. If I look waro, wasan, wale, uduru, ubere, ulu yifuyanwa, walu girita, ifanane, adase, adani senife, tusuni senije bumuri, ben ifulukun, paso dayo. Yeah, this is the Odu that is revealed.
So when you throw it on the ground, it, I guess, has a combination of some of them are upside down. I mean, face up or face down. And so you are going to look at all of them and see what the combination is. Am I correct?
Yes. This is facing down. This is facing up. This is facing down. 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 And this is facing down.
Okay.
So we
I have a question, and this is this is a bit of just a basic question. I would think if you throw a chain, it's more likely to face down than up. Is that not the case?
No, that's not the case.
Okay.
That's not the case. I could throw it down and the whole of it will face up.
All right.
It happens. In fact, more often. So each, wherever it faces, each represents a Odu. Okay? So this is when it faces down. And what are the
chances of it twirling? Because I would think if like that whole row, for example, all of it is facing up because they're all up. Does that not make sense? Like if one is up, then it's harder for the other ones to turn up, to turn down?
Even when it ties to one or when it ties to another, it's either faces up or down. Then you will take your time to separate them so that you can have the Odu that is revealed. Okay,
well, I won't delay you any further. Okay, so we have now the chain and we have our results. Tell me what it means.
Yes, we have it. And the result is Oyeku Obara.
How did you know that so quickly?
Because I'm certified, I'm learned in this.
Okay.
It is a practice that I have been into for more than 12 to 13 years.
Okay. So by just looking at this combination, it gives you a number. What is the number?
Okay, the number of days.
Yeah, is it correspond to a number? Because there's 256 combination. Like, are each, is this like, this is Odu number 1, number 2, number 3, or does it not work that?
Okay, is that what you're saying? Like the particular number of that Odu?
Yes. Does it have a number or no?
Okay.
It just has a name. No,
it does. It has a name. Okay. The name is, so the name is Oyeku Obara. This is called Oyeku. Yeah, this is an avatar of all evil. So this is Oyeku Obara. So the number is number 38 of Odu Ifa.
Okay.
Out of the 256, the number 38 came out.
Okay. So I wish I had thought to bring it up with me. It's downstairs, but there's a book of the Odu Ifas that, you know, so that would read the verses. And so can you tell me the verse that corresponds to number 38, to what we just saw?
The number that come out of 38, this is Oyeku Obara.
Yeah.
If you check the book for Oyeku Obara, you will see Oyeku Obara there in the book.
Okay, and what does that mean? Can you recite the verse for that?
Yes, there are a lot I can say about it, but I am not done yet.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Now I need to ask whether it is for good, positivity, or it has a bit of negativity.
Okay.
Then we'll follow consider. So I'll pick this. I'll use it to touch all the faces. Then this goes to the right. Then I'll pick this, use it to touch all the faces. Then it goes to the left.
Okay.
Okay. So now I will throw the chain again. 1. You see that most are facing up here. This is facing up.
Okay.
This is up. This is up. This is down. This is down. This is down. And this is up. This is down.
Okay.
And they are equal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 facing up. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 facing down.
Okay.
So the name of this is Irete Obara.
Okay.
Irete Obara.
Okay. What does that mean?
Yeah. So I will have to cast it again for it to pick between the right and the left. And I casted it again. Most of it are facing up. You'll see up, 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 down, up, up, down. Do you not understand that what you were saying the other time does not count?
Yeah, I guess
not. Yeah, the chain can choose to face down. The chain can choose to face up.
Okay.
So now the other Odu that comes out is Irete Ogunda.
Irete Ogunda.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is how to write it.
Okay, so far we have Oyeku Obara, Irete Obaya, and Irete Ogunda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, this result, these two, the result it gives me is positivity. The result is positivity. If I chose this, I know you don't understand how it chose it chose this. Okay? But for you to understand how it does, you need to understand the principle of divination.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is a gradual process.
So what does this all mean, though?
What it all means.
Yeah, what do these verses mean?
Okay. The first thing the verse is saying is that it foresees ire, which is goodness, prosperity. Okay. But if I says this person needs to propitiate their head spirit. Okay. And the purpose of propitiating your head spirit is for this person, when you have relationship with people, it doesn't have to be love relationship, but when you have maybe you are friends with someone and the person is supposed to either assist you in one way or the other, they will just choose not to do it at the point. Like every relationship will just be coming short. So what the person needs to do is that the person needs to appease his or her head so that all relationship will not be coming short. The person will not be coming short of all relationship in life. Okay?
What does it mean to appease your head?
Okay, what you do is, it is a form of ritual in which you take whatever you want to offer your head to touch your forehead, then you call on the spirit of your forehead, then you are going to eat out of the tin. And that is all.
You're going to eat out of it?
Yes. Let's assume you're using apple to propitiate your head now. You take the apple to touch your forehead, then you pray to your head spirit that you want guidance, you want prosperity, and you don't want all your relationship to cut short when it is about to reach level of attaining goodness out of that particular relationship. It shouldn't come short again. That's the prayer you're going to make to your head, and you are eating out of the apple, and that is all. You've propitiated your head like that.
What is there a specific prayer, or I can just use my own words?
Yeah, you can use your own word, but there are specific prayer. So that is something I can send to you. It is I have the written guideline of it on my phone.
So you gave me three things. All those three things mean that one thing?
No. The first one, which is Oyekuobara, is what I will keep explaining to you. Okay?
Okay.
But you see, the other two verses, they are for the Ifa to choose whether it is positive or negative. Okay. And also, you see the Oyekuobara, which is your Ifa. You know, I use your name to cast the Ifa. I cannot be saying everything on here. You know, we are recording this.
Okay. So there's more information, but you feel like I should hear it privately.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. Exactly. All right. Well, on that note then, before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to say to the audience about this process? And then I guess I will allow you to tell me privately whatever you feel the need to tell me privately. But, you know, I will let you have the last word on camera before we close.
Yeah, what I will need to say to the world is that whenever you have any question, things bothering your mind, or you just want to do general checkup of your well-being, especially your spiritual well-being, the right place to come is to come to Ifa. Ifa will advise you on what is the right thing to do. If you want to make a decision and you are skeptical about the decision, you don't know the aftermath, you don't know the future, you don't know the result, or you don't know the consequences of your action, then you can ask Ifa whether you should take that such step or you shouldn't take the step. So when you want to ask, we use this to ask whether you should do it, and we use this to ask whether you should not do it. So it is just like giving a toss, it was just like tossing a coin to Ifa. Then Ifa, you give me one. When Ifa gives you this, then it is yes. Even though you might face some challenges while doing whatever things you want to do. But once this come out, it is believed that, and it happens that any things that happen or any challenges you are facing, it will still end in goodness and happiness. But when this comes out, we tell you without compromising the result and tell you that it is something you should not do. Because even if it is sweet at the beginning, if it is interesting at the beginning, it might not end well. And that is the advantages of going for Ifa divination. You will know what to do and what not to do. Thank you very much for listening.
Well, thank you so much for being here. So Ifa, as you know, many of you probably already know, is an ancient spiritual system of the Yoruba people. I thought it would be beneficial to introduce it as one component of our education into the Yoruba culture. Of course, you know, this represents a segment of the many diverse spiritualities that African peoples have. And I actually would love to have other people from other traditions on the channel. So maybe that's something I will work on. But I do this because I think that as we pursue our goals of Pan-Africanism, it's important to remember that Pan-Africanism is not a call for anyone to jettison his or her ethnic identity for an undifferentiated African one. In fact, one of the main objectives is to revive, preserve the unique cultural heritage, including language, socio-political idea, architecture, food, and faith of all of our diverse African expression. And on that note, I will let you go. I hope you've enjoyed this and learned from it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.